Why does the U.S. spend so much money on their military? The U.S. military budget for 2023 has $1.8 trillion distributed among 6 Department of Defense agencies. The military proper receives roughly 800 plus billion of this total. This begs the question, what countries can even afford this amount? Basically, just the G20. There are 800 military bases outside of the 50 states in Washington, D.C., officially. The U.S. has bases in 80 or more countries. 15 countries have American operational ground troops. The U.S. spends roughly $51 billion a year maintaining other countries' infrastructure, and $150 billion in total spending to keep those bases operational. A further $107 billion is officially spent on research and development, and who knows how many billions more on unofficial research and development. So why does the U.S. spend so much money on their military? Maybe it's because these countries don't. There are only 10 countries that meet or exceed their NATO requirement of spending just 2% of their GDP on defense in 2021. This leaves the job of dealing with sociopaths and psychopaths to one country, the U.S. The U.S. has to make up roughly $80 billion in defense spending to cover for just 12 out of 30 NATO countries. This is more money than the federal government spent on education in 2021. National defense spending hasn't been 2% of GDP in Canada since 1988. It's been falling ever since. Italy's defense minister has said 2% is an impossible target for 2024 and very difficult for 2028. Other countries are sounding the same alarm. This is going to leave the U.S. as the only country left with the power to shut down sociopaths and psychopaths. This is happening right now. The least the rest of the world can do is offer free parking, $1 aircraft carrier washes, and maybe no landing fees for military aircraft. It's a start,